Okay, good morning. Now we're going to look at Tuesday's work, and we're going to grade this together. We're going to start out with round each number to the nearest 10 and 100. So we have to look at two different steps. So the first number we're looking at is 796. If we're going to round to the nearest tens, we're going to underline our tens place, which would be the 9. And we're going to circle, we always circle our number that we'll be looking at. So the number we circle, remember, if it's 5 or above, we give it a shove. 4 or less, we let it rest.
But I can't shove 9 up, Miss Powell.
That's a good question. So if we shove the 9, it's going to make it 10. What do we need to do to the 7?
I can also take 79 and shove it up to 80.
Okay.
So that kind of helps me too. I'm going to make it 80.
And that we've got to, don't forget, our last number will automatically be a 0 when we round. We've got to make that.
Right. So my class, if you are, just a little reminder, if you are looking at this guy, he's your bully. Is he big enough? Yes, he's bigger than 5. What's he going to do? He's going to lift me up to an 80. And whatever happens to that old bully? Nothing ever happens to that old bully. And we end up with 800. Let's go ahead and do all of our tens, Miss Powell, and then we'll go back and do our hundreds.
So we're on 302. We're going to underline our tens place, which would be our 0. We're going to look over to the number to his right. If it is 5 or above, we give it a shove. 4 or less, we let it rest.
So it's less, so it would stay the same.
Nothing changed.
So that 0 stays the same, and that 2 becomes a
0.
And what about that 3?
Our 3 has to come over. Our number can't be 00.
If you were in my class, then you have heard, well, that 0 stays the same. And remember, that bully's not big enough to hurt me. I stay the same. I protected my friend. He doesn't change either. And whatever happens to that old bully, nothing ever happens to that old bully. And we end up with 300.
Okay, we're going to 451. Again, we're going to look at our 5. Our tens place
is a 1.
So what are we going to do?
We're going to let it rest.
Let it rest. So
the 5 stays the same. Nothing ever happens to that old bully, and I protected my friend.
And we come up with 450.
All right. So in the hundreds place, how does that change, Miss Powell? I'm going to change my color here.
We're just going to go to the hundreds place and look to, we call also our next door neighbor right next to us.
Oh, now we're looking at that 9. Is he big enough?
He's big enough to do what? He could be a bully. He's going to bully that 7 to a...
He's going to lift him to an 8. Lift him up. And whatever happens to that old bully?
Nothing.
Nothing ever happens to that old bully. And what happens to that old bully's friends?
Nothing.
Nothing happens to them either. So we end up with 800 again. Go ahead and do your way for this middle one.
So we have 302. We're going to look at our hundreds place, which is the 3. We're going to look over to his neighbor, which is a 0. Is that going to change anything?
Nope.
Nope. So what are we going to have?
We're going to let it rest, and everything else becomes a 0.
And we have 300. So that's the same as rounding it to the 10.
Both of those are the same.
Right.
All right. Let's look at that bottom one.
451.
There's my 100. I'm going to look at my 10.
And what do you have?
I have a 5.
We say 5 gives him a shove.
And 5 is big enough. So that's going to lift me up to a 5. And nothing ever happens to that old bully or his friends.
So we have 500.
All right, moving on. Walton has $120. He wants to buy video games that are $10 each. How many video games can he buy? What do you see? Do you see any keywords in there?
Well, we have to figure out how much he spent, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to buy video games are $10 each. Oh, how many can he buy?
I see each. And I want to know how many times I can add 10 up till I run out of money. And that's going to be division. So 120 divided by 10.
You know, we always say division is backwards multiplication.
So 10
times what equals 120?
I see a 0 on the end here, Miss Powell. So 1 times some number equals 12.
What is that?
12.
12.
So 10 times 12 is 120, so 120 divided by 10 must be
12.
How should I label it? What are we asking
We're
about?
talking about video games. He can buy 12 video games.
Video games. We always need that label.
Also, video games could be, we have 12, we have a dozen. Remember,
Ooh,
12
yes.
equals a
That's
dozen.
another name. All right, moving on to the quotient. A quotient is a fancy word for division. So again, if we treat it like your backwards multiplication, then we can easily find these answers. Did you guys use Factivation this year and learn these chants?
We use sometimes, but we didn't use them as often as we should. But I know we talked about quotient being the answer to the division problem.
Yeah.
So tell us about your chant if you want to.
Well, in our classes, there were some little chants that we used, and I see 3 of them right here that will come in very handy. So the first one is 49ers scored again, 7.7 points for the win. What number's missing?
We talked 7.
So 7 times 7 must be 49. All right, moving on down to 54 divided by 6. Do you have a method for that, Miss Powell?
No, what was it? I know the Factivation. Help me with that Factivation. What is 6?
Well, there isn't a chant for this one.
Okay,
I missed it. I looked at
we're
that.
48, yeah.
Yep, I looked at that wrong. But we do have a way to figure this one out, even if we don't know our multiplication facts yet. So I can start here, and I can start adding up this 6 until I get to 54. So let's start adding those up. 6 plus 6 is
12.
All right, we better keep going. Plus 6 more.
Is 18.
We got to do 6 more.
24.
24 plus 6.
30.
30 plus 6.
36.
Plus 6.
42.
42. We're getting closer. Plus 6.
48.
48 and plus 6.
Is 54.
There it is. How many 6s did that take?
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took me 9. Those of you that have been doing Factivation, don't forget how you can use your fingers and put your thumbs together and count over to the 6th finger. So, Miss Powell, do you want to put your hands under here? Put your thumbs together. Can we get it up high enough? I don't know if we can. There we go. So we're going to start with your thumbs together, and we're going to count over 6 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to put that finger down, and that leaves me with 5 over here.
54, there we go.
And 4 over here. So that would be 54. That's the only trick that Factivation really has for that problem. So let's look at 121 divided by 11. Go ahead, Miss Powell.
What we would look at backwards, we would look at multiplying. What times 11 is 121?
I'm going to start with the biggest 11 I know. So I know 11 times 9
is what? 99.
is 99. Oops, you can't see that. 11 times 9 is 99, so it's got to be bigger than that. What's 11 times 10?
Let's add 10 to that and see what. Add 10 to 99. We can make like a pattern.
Ooh, that would be
109. Nope.
We need to add 11.
11.
Yeah, we need to add 11 because we need 10 groups of 11. So we're going to do 11 times 10, which is 110. And then 11 times 11, we need another group of 11. So 110 plus 11
is 121.
Equals 121. That's what we're looking for. 11 times
11.
11. So 121 divided by 11 must be 11. We have another chant here to help, guys. So it's going to go like this. 8 times 4, 4, 3, 2. 8 times 4 is 32. So which number was missing? 8 times
4.
4. 8 times 4, 4, 3, 2. 8 times 4 is 32. And if you guys are used to seeing that in multiplication, it looks like this. Division is just backwards. All right. We've got another area and perimeter problem today. Area is the inside. Perimeter is the outside or the
This one was a little
fence.
tricky. We talked about this one earlier.
Yes, we did. They messed up. And if you guys if you went ahead and counted this one down here, your answer may be different than ours, but we're going to just mark this off because it really is a bad looking problem. So we're just going to get rid of those bottom squares. They're not complete squares anyway, and I think it's just a misprint. But we're going to go ahead and figure it without those squares. So on the inside area, Miss Powell, how should we proceed?
What we do is I like when it's not, and when it's a irregular shape, we count them. We start counting and we count the shapes. I put a dot to know that we've counted them. So if we counted them all, we'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22 squares fit into that shape, so it's 22 units.
And we have to put squared
because we're talking area. Perimeter is the outside, and so on this one we need to figure out how much lumber there is that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I need to go buy 26 units of lumber in order to build that fence
and we
for
do
Sparky.
She draws the lines to know what you counted. That way you make sure, if you can make sure you check it, that you didn't miss any around the outside edges.
You don't want to lose your spot. All right, moving on. Here we go. We want fractions that are equivalent to 6/12.
What does equivalent mean?
It's another fancy word for equal. Just means equal. So here, let's look at this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 total pieces.
That's our denominator.
And there's 6 that are colored in.
And that's our numerator.
So we want fractions that are the same amount. If that's a candy bar, I want to eat the same amount of candy as you. So I'm going to start looking. Is that the same amount?
That one is the same amount.
This one is definitely equivalent. Let's move on down. Oh, no, that one has way too much candy. We got different amounts. Let's move on down.
Not enough.
Oh, not good, not equivalent. What about this one?
It looks like it to me.
What is this fraction?
That is 3, 6.
3 out of 6. Let's do that together with our butterfly method or cross multiply. And we're going to end up with 12 times 3
is 36.
And 6 times 6, which is
36.
36. Those are definitely equivalent fractions. All right. Gracie ate 3/8 of the cookie, and Emma ate 3/6. Who ate more?
We can use the butterfly method.
Okay. So we're going to start with the 6 and take it over to the
8. 3.
The 3. And that is what?
18.
6 times 3. 6 and 3. Bought a new CD with 18 rockin' songs. They will rock you. All right. And now we're going to go from
8 to 3.
I ate 3 meals in
24 hours.
24 hours. So it looks like 24 is bigger than 18. That tells me
that Emma ate more cookies.
That tells me 3/8 is less than 3/6. And we know this is Gracie. And this is Emma. So Emma ate more. All right. We're going to move on to our daily assignment, which is right here. Just like yesterday, there's 10 problems. You should be feeling pretty confident about this by now. And let me focus that in for you. There you go. Good luck.
Good luck.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.